there, I'm Christy.
And I'm Courtney. And we're heard at the bar.
We are heard at the bar. We're heard at the bar on a daily basis.
Actually, we are. Yes.
So I'm wearing my love shirt today, which someone asked if it was because it was for Valentine's Day, which is
yes,
Saturday,
that's
but
what they did.
I don't think about those things anymore. No, it's in honor of Bad Bunny and the halftime show. Did you watch it?
I did not watch it. I did not watch the halftime show. I have seen TikToks though.
Why did you not watch it?
I've seen TikToks and I've seen the grass dancers.
Okay, so I watched it. I didn't watch it at the moment because I forgot that it was happening on Sunday, but I did watch it Monday morning on the YouTube. And it shocked me because I didn't realize that the grass dancers were people. So I was like, how in the heck would they set that whole thing up in like 7 minutes?
Yeah.
With all of the props and this, I call it the set design. I don't know. Is that what it's called when it's
dancers?
A halftime show? I don't know. But anyways, impressive. But what I have to say is that I couldn't understand a word that Bad Bunny was singing. And yet I found it very emotional. Like I was getting teared up. Yep. I found it very powerful. It was like, with all that's going on in the US, and I know we don't want to get political because neither of us want to get banned from anywhere. But
no, we've been banned before.
We've been banned before. But with all that's going on, I just felt it was such a nice way to say we're here too, and we deserve to be in the limelight. And at the Grammys, this is perfect timing with this little tickle in my throat. I don't know where it came from.
You sound like you're getting really, really emotional right now.
Okay, well, I should have gone with that.
You should have gone with that. You should have just played it.
Yes. So at the Grammys, Bad Bunny, when he's accepted his award, he said, the only thing more powerful than hate is love. Mm-hmm. So battle hate with love, which I just thought was beautiful. And that was essentially what the whole message of the halftime show was.
The Grammys. So what I know about the whole situation is Nevi was telling me that Bad Bunny had to wear I want to call it a flak jacket, a bulletproof vest underneath his dress shirt at the Grammys. So she showed me videos. You can see it. Like you can literally see. Yeah, he had to, because of the threats, because of him performing at the halftime show at the Super Bowl. So when he was at the Grammys, no, he had personal bodyguards there trying to protect him. He was sat at a table completely away from everyone else. There's a video of Lady Gaga coming up behind him and he was scared. Like she came up behind him and just put her hands on his shoulder and he freaked. And then he looked at her and went, like, you could see the visible relaxing, and he was like, oh my God, thank God it's just you. He was so scared. So he had
if I had known that, I totally would have been bawling my eyes out. Wow.
Well, so when you said you wanted to talk about that, I thought that you knew. So that was the whole thing I knew. So the most I knew about the halftime show was mostly, I did hear it. It was playing. I just happened to be reading a book at the time. And so I was like, oh, I'll watch it later. And then I only saw the grass dancers. So
impressive.
I thought that was really cool how they like run on the field and set up. And yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then the dancers behind, I was looking because Kian's friends are dancers. And so a couple of them actually every year, a couple of them get backup dance. So a couple of them were there. So I was watching for that, but I didn't.
Well, and there was same-sex dancers dancing together provocatively, which I thought was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I thought it was really cool, honestly, what happened with the Super Bowl for who was performing, who was doing things like, just the lead up to it was so good with the whole situation in the US with ICE and everything like that. I just thought they even had people outside blocking ICE from getting near the Super Bowl.
Oh.
There was protesters out there just to block them. That was their whole goal, just to be there to block ICE from going into the Super Bowl. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't mean for this to be a political conversation, but that brings me to what happened during the opening ceremonies at the Olympics.
Okay, tell me, because I have no idea.
So Vance was there with his wife. And
Oh,
so
I did hear he was there.
when the Americans came out, people booed.
Okay.
And when Vance and his wife were shown on the screen, they were booed as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that. I did hear something about him being there, but I didn't see any of that part of it. I watched, what did I watch? Oh no, I watched the hockey team arrive the day later. When they arrived, because they couldn't get there for the Thursday, I guess it was, because they actually played hockey right until Thursday and then traveled
Oh,
after that.
wow.
Yeah, so the NHL didn't end until Thursday night. So some of those people actually had games that they were playing. And then with the time difference and everything, they all arrived. I can't remember if it was Friday night or Saturday. But yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, will they have enough time to acclimatize and get their jet lag dealt with and all that?
Yeah, yeah. So crazy. I did also hear controversy because the hockey team is not staying in the villa. They're in hotel rooms.
Because they're too good for that?
So no, they said that they always stay with their families. So
The Americans or the Canadians?
The Canadians.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So they have rooms in the village, but they're not apparently full-time staying there. So the Americans are full-time staying there and the other teams are full-time staying there for some reason. And I can't remember, they gave an explanation of why, but I think it has something to do with their families or history or something like that. So I thought that that was really like controversial. So then people were upset saying like, oh, you think you're better than the other team.
Oh, well.
I know.
I mean,
And then I heard the Kachuk brothers come out and say that because I guess the women's hockey team lost their first game or lost against the US. And so Kachuk brothers were basically calling out Canada and saying, you know, you think you're all this in hockey and you're not. I was like, why, boys? Why? First you tell us we can't use nicknames for the hockey players, and now you tell us that we can't play hockey. Like, come on, buddy. Like,
who are the Kachuk brothers?
Two belligerent brothers. So Keith Kachuk was the dad. So I don't know if he's our age. One of them plays for Ottawa. I want to say he's like the captain. And the other is for Florida, the Panthers.
I recognize the name, but like, why do they get so much? Why do they think they're the authority on all?
They have a podcast.
Oh.
Yeah. And so on one of their first or second episodes of their podcast, they basically were like, I don't know why girls think that they can use nicknames for hockey players. That's just rude. So then people were like, well, what do you want us to call you? Like, so we can't call you Brady anymore because your real name is Braden. Should we call you Braden? Like,
yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense. Like some players are only known by their nickname, like Domi.
Right.
I don't even know Ty Domi's son's name. He played here for London. I don't remember what his first name is.
Yeah, like, I only know Ty.
I know Ty. Like, so I'm going to call his kid Domi because that's what I know him as. But I honestly, so basically the
and isn't that like the epitome of sport? Everybody calls each other via like a nickname?
Honestly, I have no idea half the boys on the Knights' names because Max calls them by their nickname. He doesn't use their real name, and I couldn't have told you what their real name was. So occasionally I'll hear the real name and not know, or if I meet them, they'll introduce themselves to me with their first name. And I'm like, okay, that's not what I call you. Like, like I'll say Max, right, and Max Crete will be like, yes. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I call you Crete. Like, Max is our Max. So now I call him our Max. So now when I get communication from the team, they say your Max. As if it's making the difference. Like it's one of those things just because that's what I'll say, our Max, so that I'm differentiating between Max Crete and our Max.
That's sweet. I like that.
It's funny.
My grandmother used to call me my Christy.
My Christy? Aw, so cute.
I know,
but yeah,
like
I think it's really cool. That's just I just don't know. Like people by their last names, like Wasi. That's what Max calls his driver. His real name is, do you think I'm going to Brady Wasselin. But Max
Stop looking at me over the camera. Look at me.
I just realized that. Called me out. Okay.
For those of you listening,
I'm looking over the computer.
Over the camera. I haven't really been even paying attention to the Olympics. In fact, the only thing that I know is the penis scandal.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned that when I said let's talk about the Olympics. You're like, oh, the penis scandal. I'm like, the what?
I feel
Um,
like that might be a comment on me. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit concerned that that's the only thing I know. But apparently, was it the Norwegian? And I didn't even check to make sure I got the story correct. So, like, I could be totally wrong. I think it's the Norwegians. It'd be good if I even knew how to say the word. Uh, I'm just a little London girl. I don't know nothing outside of London. Um, Norwegians.
okay.
This is my remembering of the recollection of, so I might be wrong. They injected their penis with like something to make it bigger so that when they were fitting for the uniforms, they wouldn't fill it out quite so much, the ski jumpers, so that when they jump, it creates, those of you who are listening aren't getting the visual for this at all, but
She's shaking her hands up and down. So when they jump,
it creates like a little like parachute and helps with aerodynamics because there's
are
more
you
like
serious?
fabric. This is what I heard.
Oh my gosh. So what I heard was just a ski jumper saying, I didn't use the inflation. And I didn't know what they were talking about. I was watching. Yeah. So my very first experience with the Olympics this year was waking up, turning on the TV and watching Lindsey Vonn crash. So that was the very first thing I did. I sat down. It was like wee hours of the morning too. Like it was like, I want to say 5 or 6 in the morning. And I was like, I think Ryan got up for work and I was like, I'm just going to turn the TV on and see what's on. Yeah. And I watched her crash. Like she hit a flag and and it would look terrible. Then I heard that she had blown her ACL the day before. And I was blown away because we just did the biomechanics course. And I was blown away with the fact that they allowed her to ski race, like when she had a torn ACL that just happened.
Well, they would have braced the heck out of her. They would have like jacked her up with painkillers and anti-inflammatories, like the stuff that she would have had in her and to support it. But still, like that's, I mean, I anytime I hear stuff like that, I think about you and your career-ending injury. And I just think, like, at the end of the day, is it worth it?
Yeah. Like, well, and think about it. This person, she retired, I want to say 7 to 9 years ago and came back. So she's older. Is it worth it? Was that worth it? Because now she is in a hospital bed, almost in traction. She's had 3 surgeries already, and she has things sticking out of all of her limbs. Like at your age now, I want to say she's in her 40s.
Right.
Was it worth it? Was that worth it? Really? Like
it would be if she didn't get injured and she won, which I think is what would motivate somebody to, yes, go.
But I think you've got to look at it as in you had your time, like me.
Yeah.
When my knee blew, it seemed the right time to be like, okay, it's time to exit.
Right.
Like maybe nowadays, obviously, I would have rehabbed and done things differently. Things were different back in the 90s than they are now. But still, there comes a time when you have a career-ending injury and you need to bow out and become a coach or be there to help athletes who go through this. Because if there's nothing I learned that you cannot have your full identity be a sport. You need to have your own.
Oh God, yeah.
Like my identity was dance. Right. I was a ballet dancer. That's who I was. That's what I did. I did not consider anything else. So I think that I went through a lot of emotional, because as you finish a sport, obviously your body changes, things happen.
Yeah.
And you need to be prepared for that. And I think that's something else you can contribute to your sport without being the person doing it.
I tell you this much. If someone told me tomorrow that I could be in the Olympics,
you'd give it up and do it?
I'd do it for sure.
I couldn't.
Oh my gosh. Now that being said, I also have carpal tunnel from playing Mahjong on my computer. So
you said that today.
The chances of me getting to do that, probably not so good, but Like watching the Olympics, watching any sport at the end when they win, whether I was rooting for them or not, seeing the joy that they have at that moment, I
Yeah.
cry. I tear up every single time. And like how amazing would like, and I've had that thought, how cool would that be just once to be in that situation, to have put that much effort into trying to accomplish something and achieving it
Yes.
would
Yeah.
just be, even as the mother of, the sister of, the friend of, the whatever, like even on the outside, having somebody being in that situation would just be like unbelievable. So much so that I cry even though I don't know these people.
Okay, so that actually brings me to something I was thinking about the other day, because I was talking to Max about the fact that Russia can't be in the Olympics. So
Right.
he is from Russia, and they can't play junior hockey. There's no Team Russia. They can't play.
Wow.
And there was a petition put forward to allow them to play again. So it was put forward and approved, but then denied. So the kids thought that they were going to get to play junior hockey. And then they were told, okay, it's too late this year. Maybe next year. Well, he just learned it's not going to happen next year. So that means by the time they get to it, he won't be eligible anymore. So,
and that was because of a doping scandal, wasn't it?
Was it doping, or was it the whole Russia?
Ukraine.
I think it's the Russia-Ukraine several years ago when it first started, that they ended up kicking them out and saying, no, you cannot do it. So all of their athletes just suddenly done. So if you don't, so some of their ice dancing people have actually gotten citizenship elsewhere so that they can perform. But yeah, like situations like that, it's one of those things that he will never be able to do that now, because by the time, so junior hockey, he won't be able to. So that brought up the Olympics. And so this year they won't be allowed to. So then the next one is 4 years from now. Like he's, those people are not going to be able. Sorry, I think it looks like a phone call is coming in. I don't know if my watch answered it or.
Courtney, we are not going to get any sponsorship or anything if we stick with this trailer trash level podcasting. We've got the dog jumping up on us on one side, crying and wanting things.
Just answering phone calls in the middle of it.
We got you looking over the camera at me. Now you're getting distracted by a phone call. Courtney, I blame you that we don't have 2,000 watchers yet. I'm doing everything I can over here, friend. I even wore the clown makeup that one day.
So funny. But yes, I was just about to see, here's the thing. I was about to go on the tangent about the phone call I answered while I was teaching the other day, because my watch just suddenly answered a phone call. And so my wrist started talking while I was teaching. And I looked down and I was like, whoops, and I hung up on them. It has nothing to do with it. Anyways, we were talking about Russia. Anyways.
Right. Okay. So I did hear an interview with someone talking about, because some Russians choose to participate as an independent.
Yeah.
So they're not affiliated with. And they were saying that the athlete was saying, yes, but actually it was a Ukraine athlete. Yes, but who's funding them? They are still connected to the powers that be and are still being funded by.
And are they actually funded? Because that's a problem with our Olympic athletes, right? They're not well funded.
Ours aren't. No, but Russia was always known for being well funded, taken care of. Now also, and this is totally from growing up in the 80s during Cold War and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But what I understood of it was that if you showed any ability, any skill, you were actually immediately taken to a sports school of some sort, and you actually didn't even live at home. You were developed from as young an age as possible in Russia.
And what country was that?
Russia. What we're talking about.
Okay, and I really wish, I really should have talked to Max about this. I don't know, but I feel like that happens still, because he doesn't live at home when he's at home.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because his family is north. I want to say Igor told me that Max lives with Igor because Igor lives near the arena or something like that in the summers. So when he goes home, he visits and doesn't actually train while he's home. And then he moves back to wherever Igor lives, and then they train before they come back over here.
Wow.
So I think it's similar. I think I saw once a TV program on, I want to say China or Korea, where that's what it is. The kids do something, and then
they show potential.
If they show potential, then they get taken out for like anything from dancing to singing to gymnastics to figure skating to anything like that. And then they train in that, and they become like almost like a ward of the country, like instead of their parents.
Oh my God, I can't even. Could you imagine?
No. It's crazy. And that's not to say it doesn't happen here, right? Hockey players, as soon as like at all levels, like billets, like we're a billet, and like we could have a 16 to a 20-year-old staying with us, and they could be from anywhere. And I'm part of a billet group, and I've seen people being like, my 14-year-old needs a billet. Like, I know, I can't imagine. And I say I can't imagine, but yet we let Kian go to Toronto at 13 and stay for 3 weeks with a choreographer so that he could dance. Like I say we wouldn't.
Well, did you go to Winnipeg and do the Royal Winnipeg?
Yeah.
Right. How old were you when you went?
14.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we're talking about it.
And I was 15 when I went to Boston. So yeah. Like.
And what was that? Okay, so here we are. Here we're on the other side of it. What was that like for you to experience that at such a young age? Like, I'm sure it was exciting.
You don't really think about it, though.
Doing your dream.
When it's just what you do. Like, you don't think about it, right? Like, you live in a dorm. It's like going to university, but dance.
Right. And as a baby.
And you just don't think about it, right? Wow. At all. It's what you know. Honest, like it's almost what you know. Like Max doesn't seem to see it as being anything. Like he's just like, but how? So he lives in a house with a family. Like that's got to be weird. Whereas I lived in a dorm. So like it was like going to university. So like you had a little bunk bed type thing, and you ate in the cafeteria, and you did your homework on like a desk, just like you would if.
Well, and there were rules, like you couldn't.
We had rules. We had a joint phone because it was before cell phones, right? So we had a phone in the corridor.
1900s?
Yeah, it's the 1900s. We had it was like a payphone, but you didn't have a payphone kind of thing. Although we did have calling cards. Do you remember calling cards? And you had to type your little number in.
I remember them. I never had to use them.
Yeah, so I had a Bell calling card that I had to use to call home. Yeah.
Right. Which you would travel with because for the long distance fees is what that was for.
Yeah. So that's and we would call home. We couldn't really get phone calls in, like you could organize it, but like the phone didn't ring for us and nobody answered it and said, hey, Courtney, come to the phone. Like there was 15 to 20 people on my floor.
Wow. And are you still in contact with them? Like, are you still connected to them?
Nope.
Really? At such a young age, you think, but was it because it was so competitive?
No, because we didn't, I'm totally dating myself. We didn't have computers. We didn't have emails. We had so
like when you all went off in your separate ways, there was no way to stay connected.
No, like I had what you would call a pen pal for a while. Like I used to write letters to a couple of the girls.
Through snail mail?
Snail mail. Yeah. Like, because I was 14, right? Like, we used to do that. No. Okay,
so we just found a positive effect of social media.
Yeah, you can stay easily in contact. Like, Neve is still friends with people she met on cruises when she was 12.
Right.
Because they had a cruise group chat. And so just actually, oh my gosh, over Christmas, we're totally off topic, but over Christmas,
we do.
She got on Instagram, she got a call, and two of the people that she met on a cruise when she was 12, the one guy was from Brisbane, Australia. He had come to Canada and was hanging out with one of the girls in Ottawa. She hadn't talked to these people since the cruise.
Crazy.
Years ago. Like, I want to say she said that it was like before COVID. And the last time she talked to them was during COVID. And they were together in Ottawa. And they FaceTimed her, like, kind of thing, but through Instagram. And it was like 10 in the morning or something like that. And I was downstairs, and all of a sudden she gets the call and she answers it. And she's like, who is this? She answers it. She's like, what is going on here? And she's like, oh my gosh. She was like, she hadn't talked to them since she was like 12 or 13.
That's so cool.
But social media, that's how they actually stayed connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 1 point for social media.
Yeah. So I guess that would be the thing about the Olympics. If you met someone at the Olympics and you became friends with them, with social media now, you could stay in touch with them, follow their career.
Look at how you brought that back to the Olympics. Look at you just full circling our conversation like a pro.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I don't have anything else to say. Oh, I'm so sorry. He has problems. It is an issue. I don't know if you saw the treats that I gave him, going totally off topic. It's called, ooh, sorry, I farted, or something like that. It's supposed to help with gas. But it's not helping, because that's what all he's eaten since you've been here is the ones that are supposed to keep him from being gassy. And yet, here we go.
It didn't help.
It's gassy. He's handsome, but he stinks.
What wasn't that? Okay, totally off topic. Isn't there something like, if you can't be handsome, at least you're handy?
That was Tom Green. It was a Canadian TV show. Yeah. And he used duct tape to fix everything.
Was that Tom Green? I thought, Green. That would not Tom Green.
Red something. Oh, man. Jeez. Tom Green was the guy who was totally inappropriate, like really crass. Is that Tom Green?
That was Tom Green. Yeah. He was married to Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
At one point. He was
This
Canadian.
Would be a way better podcast.
Red Green. Yeah, Red Green. Yeah, honestly.
Red Green was his name?
His name was Red Green. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm now thinking about it now. Yes. So poor Simon, who's going to help us edit this.
He's going to learn about the 1900s.
He'll just have to ask his mom. She can. All right. Well, I think that we should probably wrap this up now.
Yeah.
We've gone all over the place.
But we brought it back to the Olympics, and we brought it back to Canadiana. Mm-hmm. And we did it all. There you go. You're welcome.
Go Canada.
Follow us for more. I don't know.
I got nothing. Thanks for being part of our community.
Have a great one.
Day. Bye.